everyone, and welcome to I Might Need This Later, a Gamer's podcast. My name is Joe, and this is episode 4 of the podcast. And with me today, as usual, I have the Jar Jar Binks of gaming, Mr. Jesse, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi of gaming, my man Connor. Say hello, guys.
Hey, I'll take
funny?
it. I'll take it.
Funny. Connor hates Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hey,
He's still him.
It's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
but it's better than Jar Jar, you know?
Yeah, it's much better.
It's much better than
like-
Jar Jar.
You
Unless
can at least give me... Oh man, that's just messed up.
unless
Yeah,
you believe
guys.
unless you believe the Sith Lord conspiracy, then you never know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I absolutely, I subscribe to the to definitely
news
the Dark
is
Lord Jar Jar.
Joe's a stormtrooper. Can't hit it.
Yeah, I can't hit anything. Yeah, I'm definitely a stormtrooper when it comes to any FPS game, for sure.
It's like, Joe, how many bullets did you shoot? 78. How many did you hit?
78.
I'm working on it.
4,
I'm
maybe,
working on it.
in the wall.
I hit
I
him.
just uninstalled. I think I hit Alt F4. That's what I hit.
Well, thanks guys for joining again, and we have an awesome show for you guys today. But first, before we get into our question of the week, we're gonna just want to remind everyone about all of our social media and email stuff that we got going on. We are live on Instagram, on Twitter, and we're live on Facebook as well. You can find all three of those if you just search I Might Need This Later, AGP, on any three platforms. And as well as on our email, we are I Might Need This Later, AGP at gmail.com. So if you just send us any comments, questions, feedback, if you want to answer the question of the week, if you want to answer the draft question, whatever it may be, we just want to hear from you. All right, so let's move on to our question of the week. This one's going to come to you from Connor. So Connor, what do you got for today?
All right, so this week I want to know from you guys, if you could pick any character from any game to bring to life, who would you bring with you?
Ooh. All right, I'm going to let you go first, Jess.
What?
Yeah.
All right. I thought long and short, and I decided if I was gonna bring a character to life, I didn't want to do anything stupid, like somebody. I didn't want to do anything really stupid, so I went extremely stupid instead.
Oh man.
So I decided to go with Haunter,
The ghost Pokemon?
the ghost Pokemon, because
Okay.
well, first off, he's funny as heck. I don't know if this is going to the cartoon.
I mean, he definitely goes with the lick attack at all times.
Every
No,
time.
he doesn't. He's a dream eater. What do you mean? He's eating your dreams. He's up
All right,
in
if
your
you
dreams.
ever watch the anime, literally in the opening, he
Yeah.
licks Pikachu. He licks
I know
him.
that. I get that. But in the game, his staple move is Dream Eater.
Correct.
He's eating your dreams.
Okay, so why would you bring him to life then?
Because then I could eat people's dreams. What do you? I don't
You're
understand.
not eating the dreams, he is.
Plus, also, he is the. If you watch the TV show, I know this goes to the TV show, but it's fine. I don't care. I'm cheating a little bit. He makes the little girl laugh, which breaks the curse, and she stops turning people into dolls.
Ooh.
You're okay. You're
That
right.
is true. That is
I
very
do remember
valid.
that episode.
So I just somebody who could rival my superior comedic prowess. I'd be interested in bringing to life.
Yeesh.
Take that. Yeesh.
Yeesh. That's all you can say. Yeesh.
Can I make it? I have a prediction. Joe's gonna be like, I'd like the block thing from Tetris.
No blocks. No blocks. Nothing obscure. Actually, for once, I'm gonna go with something super practical.
Okay.
My choice for something I'd bring to life is Codsworth from Fallout 4.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a real
Yeah.
good one, actually.
Yeah, he's the robotic butler who can also just destroy your enemies with fire and a saw. And at the same time, he's going to fix you a nice cup of tea. He's going to clean your house. He's going to do all the things for you. It's super practical. Like, why would you not want Codsworth?
It is very practical, but bringing it to life, isn't he?
The
A
ultimate.
robot?
He's in a video game, so bringing him to life would just be in the sense of he's a robot in real life now.
Okay. All right. I mean, I like it. I'd like a Codsworth.
Hell,
Yeah.
absolutely. 10 of 10.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Thank
Plus,
you.
the accent is fantastic the whole time.
Sir,
And I'm sure you can get, if you like a different accent, I'm sure you can install new stuff to change his accent.
Exactly.
I'm sure he's plug and play. Like we can do whatever we want. At that
He's
point.
an updated Siri, pretty
Yeah,
much.
he's an updated Siri.
That kills people sometimes.
That
You need to-
home defense
That kills
Siri.
them. Yeah.
Siri, kill intruder. All right. Well,
He's like,
Siri, there's a fly in the house. Use flamethrower.
boom,
like, oh,
the most suitable thing. That's all you could do.
Siri, rebuild the house again.
Well, thank
It's
you,
funny
Connor.
we
for
I
talk
that
appreciate it.
question
It's
of
good
the
to
week.
hear from
Oh,
you. I like
sorry.
that. I like those
You know, I'm
answers.
saying we talk about this, and this could be the future. I'm just saying.
It could be like we could have Codsworths in our future.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston
Not-
Dynamics is putting together some pretty impressive robots. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it.
Yeah.
But they're pretty lifelike and terrifying at the same time.
And I mean, let's be real. We all hoped and dreamed that Pokemon would become real life one day.
I have some views on Pokemon that I'll save for another episode,
Ooh,
but
I like
they're not good views. You're
Oh.
not gonna like them.
Oh no.
I mean,
But we'll save them for another episode.
I've heard
Yes.
these views many times.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
excited to hear
I've
them.
definitely told you those views. But
Yes.
anyway, again, thank you, Connor, for that question of the week. So next I'm going to pass this over to Jesse, and he's going to talk about some up and coming stuff that we're going to be doing outside of the podcast.
Well, so it's going to be inside and outside, I guess I'll say. We started a YouTube. It's through the same name. I might need this later. A Gamers Podcast started a YouTube. We're going to try to do some just random gaming stuff. I put up one video. Me and Joe have been playing Pokemon Crystal Cinco Bingo Randomizer. If you've never played it, it's pretty awesome. The Pokemon randomizers are amazing. They literally randomize everything in the game and kind of go from there. But not to go too deep into that one. But we're going to also try to do video podcasts in the future, as well as various different gameplays, clips, things like that. So that'll be the future. The YouTube is up and running if you want to check it out.
Ooh, a new
Awesome,
place
thank
for
you,
me to
Jesse.
post some clips. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, because I mean, since you're the only one of us that's actually good at FPS games, we
That's true.
we actually might get some good folks on there.
I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
Can you put
Thanks,
up some
brother.
Can you put up some Crunker highlights?
Oh, I can. I'll make some new ones. I can just jump on and make new ones. Don't you fret.
All right, cool.
It's like riding a bike.
It's
All right. And that's it for our upcoming news and such. So let's jump right into our main question of the evening or afternoon or morning, depending on when you're listening to this. Any time of the day that you're listening to it. So we want to know what our favorite video game weapons are. Now, you might think that this is a pretty broad question, and it is. Like, there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of different weapons across different games. Like, how can we narrow it down to 4? Well, we're going to try. We're going to go over our best 4. So, using the random order generator that I found on the internet
I
minutes
think
ago.
Joe does this, and he's like, I quote unquote found on the internet. He's just like, I'm just gonna have Jesse go last every time.
You know what? Actually, the random generator does have you going last.
See what I'm saying?
Get
See what I'm
bent.
Yeah.
So the order this week is going to be: I'll have the first pick, Connor with the second pick, and Jesse with the third pick.
Okay.
Burned.
Yeah.
Last,
All right.
but not least.
Well, I mean, last and probably least.
Wow,
Burn.
the disrespect so real.
Apply ice to burn.
Yes. All right. So I guess my first pick, I'm going to go with. It might be a controversial pick because in this particular game, I mean, it's going to be a weapon from Mario Kart. You might think, okay, blue shell, yeah, great. It's a great weapon. You might think red shell because it's basically it's a homing torpedo. You might think those are the most powerful weapons in Mario Kart. I disagree completely. I think the most powerful weapon in the Mario Kart series is the lightning bolt.
Oh,
Making everybody small while you're still big and just driving over them.
Exactly. I agree with that. I like that.
I thought the best weapon was computer assistance.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, computer assistance is great. Like they have the whole catch-up mechanic in Mario Kart, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
But like my autopilot would always be like either green or blue shell or red shell. But thinking outside of those, I agree with you. The lightning bolt it's super beneficial.
Yeah,
I was in 7th. Now I'm in the lead.
Yeah, especially you flatten them out so that way they go even slower. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it takes like a solid like 5 or 6 seconds to float all the way down once you've been crushed, and you have to float back and
And you have to
get big again.
float back. Yeah, you have to go through that whole
Yeah,
animation.
yeah,
It's a solid attack. Like you would never get
yeah,
upset with getting that from one of the boxes ever.
exactly. So that's what I'm gonna go with my first pick. I'm gonna go with the lightning bolt from Mario Kart. All
Ooh.
right, Connor, you are up.
All right, so my first pick is obviously I'm the first person shooter kind of guy. So I'm gonna go with a classic zombies gun. I don't know if y'all play Call of Duty Zombies, but when you hit the box and you get the ray gun, the ray
Oh yeah, I do
gun,
know the ray gun.
oh, it's so good. Like you just that feeling you get when you get it, the sounds it makes when you shoot the zombies, when you finally get it upgraded, it's literally a clutch. Like you have to have it to get to the higher levels of zombies.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with COD zombies, but I definitely way back when I lived with my roommate. He was an avid Call of Duty player, and he would constantly play zombies with his friends online, like for hours and hours and hours. And like I would just sit there and watch because I was terrible at COD. And like it was just basically like a tower defense game. That's what it
Yeah.
felt like. It was like tower defense.
Yep.
So yeah, and the ray gun was super powerful. Like every time he got it, like he would just like wipe out waves instantly.
You're like, like if you got that early on, you're like, I'm solidly good until like wave 30 as long as my
Yeah,
teammates are good. Like, I don't have to worry. I don't even really have to try.
that is a solid pick. All right, so we got the ray gun from Call of Duty Zombies. Good pick. All right, Jess, you were on the wheel. What do you got?
All right. So when I thought about this question, I was like, I don't know how, like, what we're gonna consider a weapon. So I tried to stick to just actual weapons because I
Yeah,
was like, can I pick like the Hydralisk from StarCraft? You know,
I
like
was
things
thinking
like that.
like
I was like, I'll just stick.
Pokeball. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was like things like that. So I was like, you know what? I'll just stick with weapons. So I'm gonna have to steal one that I think Joe might have, and then steal another one that I think Joe might have. So the first one comes with a minor story. So we do a Secret Santa every year with our little friends group. And 2 years ago, I got a shirt with my boy on it, Metal Man from Mega Man 2, because we used to play a lot of tennis, and I was a straight up professional at hitting the ball with the side of the racket, like the metal part. And so my worst enemy was Metal Man, and every time I would do it, our people that we're playing tennis with would just start singing the Metal Man theme song. Like, my worst nightmare, Metal Man. But
You literally stole it off my list. I hate you, and I was gonna
got
tell the exact same story. I hate
got
you
him
so
so
much.
good. So the Metal Blade, because I had to look up what it was called, because I just, I don't know. It's just Metal Frisbee, Saw Blade, Miter Saw Blade. I don't know. It was like from Mega Man 2. Not only does that story exist, but the cool thing is when Mega Man gets the Metal Blade, he kills Metal Man in, I think it's one shot.
One shot, yeah.
With his own weapon. You get killed with your own weapon, one shot. It's embarrassing.
And also, like, the great thing about metal blades, just to kind of add on to it, is like it was one of the first weapons in that time period that you could shoot directionally. Like you could shoot it at like the up diagonals and down diagonals rather than just straight on. Like and it was pretty much, I think, like 5 out of the 8 bosses were weak to metal blades in that game. Like it was
just good
absurdly powerful.
Yeah, you would just use it like most Mega Mans. You kind of just use Buster, and there's places where you switch depending on the enemies. You could just use the Metal Blade the entire game, pretty much. It felt like
and be okay. It would get you through the whole game.
So that'll be my first pick, and I'm gonna go with another one that I'm gonna steal from Joe. I gotta figure out which one I want. You know what? I'm just gonna go with. God, do I want to go with the combo one? Nah, I'll just go with the one. I'm gonna go with the Save the Queen blade from Final Fantasy Tactics.
Almost put it on my list, and I was like, you know what? I've talked about Final Fantasy Tactics a lot, so I'm gonna leave that one off. So you can have it.
Appreciate it. A lot of hours in Final Fantasy Tactics, and anybody that hasn't played it, you can there's jobs that your character can get. So you can. The cool thing is you get I think it's a ninja ninja. You get double blade, and then you want your main character to do the best character, obviously. So you go get the 2 best weapons in the game, one of them being the Save the Queen, which is the coolest blade name, in my opinion, of all time. I don't care. Sticking with it. And
agreed.
then you also got the Excalibur, which is just a known sword name. So that was
awesome sword name.
Yeah, so that was kind of that. I'm gonna go with that one because it just felt so cool wielding the Save the Queen, the Excalibur, in Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, the cool thing about Save the Queen is that there's only one in the game that you can get, and it comes on a character late in the game named Melee Duel. But the coolest thing about it is that it has the added effect when you're wielding it that it gives you auto protect, so you have constantly like a bunch of damage resistance for the entire fight. It's like it's a really powerful weapon, and so good pick.
So now it's back to me.
Yes.
All right. So for my next pick, I feel like it's kind of an obscure pick for me. Honestly, I always go with like the first-person shooter genre. I'm gonna go with the home run bat from Super Smash Bros.
What the?
Right?
I did not expect in my entire career, entire lifetime of doing these lists that Connor would steal one of mine.
Stolen.
Because the home run bat is from Earthbound.
Is it really?
Yes,
I
Ness's bat from Earthbound.
I had no idea that was the bat from Earthbound.
Oh my!
The thing is, the home run bat sucks in Earthbound. I'm just saying.
But in Smash Bros, it was amazing. Like, if you got the combo down with the sticks, like, you just see the tip of your bat sparkle and they were gone. That's fantastic. I can't believe I stole one of him.
Yeah,
I just didn't expect it to happen. Like, we have such different tastes in video games. I was like,
but to be fair, Connor is right. Like, it's so good in Smash Brothers compared to Earthbound, because isn't it in Earthbound that it has like a 50% miss rate?
No, that's the
Casey bat. Okay, I'm thinking of the wrong one. That's my fault. But yeah,
I was like, really? It's bad in that game? Because it is so good in Smash.
Yeah, no, it's good, really good in Earthbound.
You get that little twinkle, and you just smash them out of the park, and it's fantastic. They're gone. I'm like, oh, you're at 0 damage? Now you're dead.
The funny thing is, like, in Earthbound, that obviously the home run bat is, iconic. But I mean, realistically, there's so many good weapons in that one. Like, I don't want to bring up Earthbound in mind because we already brought it up, I guess. But like, the main female character uses a frying pan, and the other guy uses a pop gun. And you use yo-yos. Like, these are the weapons.
Hold on. Bottle rocket's much better
That's true. Multi-bottle rocket's true.
Yeah. I just love that I had literally had no idea up until this point that was from a different game. I literally just thought that was like a Super Smash item. You know what I mean? Like
like playing Smash Brothers and you're like, oh, this Ness guy must have been from Mario 2. Never played it.
I knew Ness had his own game, but I never got into the Ness games. I was like, I never picked Ness. I hated Ness. I was like, ugh. Piku chit. Like he just like Pika Fire. PK. See, I don't even know, but it's trash, and I hated him, and it made me so angry.
Oh, yeah. You're literally about to lose a friend in Jesse if you keep this
going.
I love it.
You need to spend the rest of the week playing Earthbound, and then come back and only say nice things.
Oh, it's funny.
That's great. All right, so I'm gonna wheel 2 picks here. Okay. I'm going to go with one that I don't think either of you would pick. And the reason I'm going to pick this particular weapon is because it's super overpowered in the game that it comes from. So I'm going to go with the super bouncy ball from South Park Stick of Truth. Have either of you played that game?
Yes, I love the Stick of Truth.
Yeah, so the super bouncy ball is super like overpowered because, as the name implies, it bounces between all the targets on the screen, all the enemies on the screen. And in that game, you can put attachments on your weapons, and one of the attachments you can put on the weapon is to cause bleeds to the enemies. Now, when you use the super bouncy ball with the bleed attachment, and you throw it once, it puts the maximum stacks of bleeds on every target, and their HP just gets obliterated in 1 to 2 rounds. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a boss, could be high HP bears. It doesn't matter what it is. Obliterated in 2 rounds. Just from the bleed effect on the super bouncy ball. It's extremely overpowered, and it makes the game honestly like super trivial. It doesn't matter what class you play, super bouncy ball makes it trivial. So that's gonna be my second pick.
That's a good one. I don't remember like the specifics of that game. I just remember I absolutely loved it because it felt like it was like an interactive episode of South Park. Like you got to make your own character who was like the new kid, and I just loved
Oh,
that game.
the game was ridiculous.
It was
It is
so
definitely
great.
a not safe for podcast game to talk about, but it was a ridiculously fun game
It's
if you haven't
so
played it.
much fun. Like,
So
oh,
the funny thing is, like, I've never played it. I should. It's been on my agenda. I just haven't got around to it. But
It's so good.
the fact that
so funny.
there's like there's like skill and things, metagaming involved in South Park. The stick of truth is really funny in my
Yeah,
mind.
you would think that. I mean, it for being a game that's based on Spark, which is a ridiculous thing to think of. Like, it's got a little bit of depth to it. Like, from an RPG standpoint, there's like a lot of customization to your character, and like all of the classes are very different in the way that they interact with the world. Like, it's really a fun game, and like I haven't played the second one yet, but it's on my to-do list.
Well, and it's also I wouldn't put it past like the writers, like Trey and I'm blanking on the other guy's
Matt,
name, Matt. You know what I mean? Like they all of their humor and all everything, like even when they put stuff into the show, like it's so subtle but also in depth as well. And I feel like it's the same thing with a game, but even more in depth than what meets the
yeah,
surface if you actually play it through. You know what I mean? Like it's a great, very, very comedic game.
couldn't agree more. All right, so for my third pick, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a weapon that is a little sentimental to me, like because I have a little bit of a story to
Mm,
go with it. I'm gonna take a page out of Connor's book and actually pick an FPS weapon.
yes.
I'm gonna go with the sniper rifle from Unreal Tournament.
Ooh.
So the reason that I'm picking this weapon, I'm sure Jesse already knows the story
in
that's
study
coming.
hall?
What's that?
Am I in study hall?
Oh yeah, we're in study hall.
Okay.
So one when we were in high school, I don't want to date us, but way back when we were in high school, one of our close friends ended up putting Unreal Tournament onto the network drive at our high school. Got it on there, and we were all able to play it whenever we had a free period, whenever we went to the library or study hall or anything like that. And we would just constantly play Unreal Tournament like all day during school as much as we could. And we would always have full lobbies filled with just kids from our high school. And no matter how often we played, we only played Deck 16. And in the very center of Deck 16, there's a little ledge you can hop up where the sniper rifle is, and that's where everybody fought at all times. Like you were trying to fight for the sniper rifle because it was the best perch area in the stage, and it was just that's where all the action was. So you always went for the sniper rifle. So that's why I'm going with the sniper rifle from
Can
Unreal.
I add
Yeah,
something?
add to it. Oh yeah,
Here's the funniest thing about it. The funniest thing
yeah.
about it is I forget what year that was in high school. If it was
It was 10th grade.
it was probably 10th. Yeah, 10th sounds right. And the funny thing about it is that year they decided we have a great idea. We're going to add a ninth period and add a quote unquote mandatory study hall in, I think it was third period
It was third
every
period,
day.
yeah.
Yeah. That mandatory study hall, they might as well have called it the Unreal Tournament Hour.
Yep, that's exactly what
The
it was.
Unreal Tournament Hour.
I studied 0 times in the mandatory study hall and only played Unreal Tournament in that study hall. It's like I think this is not working as intended.
Yeah, and the best thing about this whole story is that the school didn't catch on to that we were doing this for like months and months into the school year. Like we were probably like halfway through the school year when people started to give us a hard time about it. Like we'd be in the library playing, and like one of the Karen librarians would come over and be like, "You can't be playing video games here in the library." And then eventually, because each student had their own login for the network, eventually, like my account got banned, Jesse's account got banned, our friends that put the game on the network got banned. Like we weren't allowed to actually log in, so we had to like basically say go up to other people in our class and be like, "Hey, yo, let me get your login. Yo, let me get your login so I can play Unreal Tournament."
Just scratching your neck. Let me get that login
Yeah,
info,
I'm just
please.
like, I'm like literally like an addict. Like, yo, let me get that login so I can go play.
I actually have a funny story about gaming in high school, I guess, but I could save it for later in the show.
Oh, is it the Batman one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, well, we can save that one.
I'll save that for later.
All right, so that's my third pick, the sniper rifle from Unreal Tournament. All right, Connor, your third pick.
Oh man, there's like a couple that I want to say I haven't decided. Okay, Okay, we're gonna go with
Smoke grenade.
We're gonna go with iconic. So I'm gonna go with the energy sword from Halo.
Boo.
That's a really basic pick, but all right, go ahead.
Just because that's what I said, like iconic. Like there was a couple other ones I have on my list that like were probably, I don't know, more in depth, I guess. But the feeling, do you remember the feeling you got when you got the sword and you were running up to somebody and you were hitting that lunge and you knew there was nothing they could do to stop that lunge from happening.
Actually, there is something you could do. Jesse, you want to tell them what it is?
Shotgun beatdown. Shotgun beatdown. But what if they don't have? But if you were playing, I don't know, just the random lobbies. But if you didn't have shotgun beatdown,
I loved when they had the sword. I was like, come on down.
Come on down to China.
They would fly at me, and then all you would see is the sword going flying behind me because they'd be dead.
But but just in the sense of like iconic, like you all know, I love the Halo series. I feel like that weapon really went through like every game it was in, and it was always, and so it was really part of the staple of Halo, and that's really why I enjoy it personally.
To be fair, like you are right. Like when you think of Halo, like you see the energy sword. You think the energy sword. Like
yeah,
they go hand in hand together. So
exactly.
I definitely get it.
So not like necessarily from a gameplay perspective, but just as an icon.
I think it was super unfair against people who were terrible at the game.
It was.
That's the thing about it. Like, it was such a noob stomp game, a noob stomp weapon. You just get the sword, and you're like, you're never gonna kill me ever again.
Ever again. Are you ever gonna kill me? Like, oh, I got sticky grenades from
anyone
afar.
that knew what they were doing. Like,
yeah. As soon as I would charge at someone, it'd be like shotgun beatdown. Be like, oh no. Okay, so the sword's not gonna work this map.
Sword's not
Got
gonna
it.
work.
Got it. Now I gotta try. Okay.
All right, so we got the energy sword from Halo for Connor's third pick. All right, Jess, give us your third and fourth.
Okay, so the third pick I'm gonna go with the cheaty one. I don't care. I had to do it because I just love the franchise, the whole thing so much. I went with the lightsaber from every Star Wars game ever. I had to because I mean, I'm sure you guys have all played a Star Wars game, and just the ability to wield a lightsaber and slay people just felt so good. I think I'm the only one who played Fallen Order, but the lightsaber combat in Fallen Order was like so good. And the customization, you could customize your lightsaber in so many different ways, color, the hilt, the way the blade, like it's just the customization is so good in Fallen Order. And then of course, like I know Joe played SWTOR. I played a bit of SWTOR, so just the ability to play a Jedi or Sith and wield a lightsaber is exhilarating.
Yeah. I want to be mad at your pick, but I can't be because, like you said, I played SWTOR and I played a lot of it, but even so, like the very first time that you wield any sort of energy sword or lightsaber in that game, and you do like your first like jump attack combo, you're just like, okay, I'm a freaking Jedi. This is awesome.
Yep, I'm a freaking. You
hear the freaking Jedi,
and you're like, I'm a freaking Jedi. Let's go.
Or Sith, or Sith, depending on where your heart is.
I definitely played Sith for sure.
Yeah, depending on where your heart is, because you know.
Yeah, but I want to be mad at it, but it's such a good pick that I can't be.
All right, for my last pick, I'm gonna take you back to a time that we all remember so well. Just imagine this.
I know what you're gonna pick. I feel like.
Damn it.
I feel like I know.
All right, you're killing me right now. Let me tell my story. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Hear me out. Taking you back. Hear me out. You got Mountain Dew on the table. Cool Ranch Doritos as well. Your boys are over. Your eyes are glued to the screen. Nobody's moved an inch in
is it the golden
45 minutes.
I know it.
Because everybody's set up laptop guns everywhere. Nobody is moving because you're going to get mowed down by a gun that you can't escape. And you don't have to aim at all.
It's the GG.
It's the laptop gun. How do you not remember the laptop gun?
From Perfect Dark. Yeah.
From Perfect Dark? Oh, Joe remembers the laptop gun.
Nope.
There were so many nights you're just standing there and you're like, yo, you should move.
it's crazy because you can use the laptop gun as an actual gun that you run around and hold, or you can turn it into a sentry turret and just throw it anywhere, literally anywhere, and then people just walk by and get murdered by it.
I was thinking either the laptop gun or the prox mines, because I remember so many nights just doing stupid proximity mines things.
Oh, and facility,
yeah, and you're like, I can't even move. You're in the bathroom and you're like, I can't move an inch. There is a proximity mine in my pocket. I don't know.
The only way to beat the proximity mine was to throw your own proximity mines at the proximity mines. So meta. It was so meta.
PM versus PM.
Yeah. Perfect Dark laptop gun. Man, that's a weapon I haven't heard about in a hot minute.
Exactly.
So good.
That's hilarious. All right,
so Connor, get your last pick.
My last pick, I am gonna go with. I know y'all didn't play Call of Duty or anything really back in the day, but Call of Duty from Modern Warfare, the Ump Silenced, the UMP Silenced was the first gun I ever used to get.
Was that in Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was literally the first gun I ever used to get a nuke. And so that gun to me is just like a staple. And when I think of Call of Duty, I'm like, yo, the Ump Silenced, come at me.
Ump Silenced from Modern Warfare. Yeah, that was one of the weapons that my buddy that played a lot of Call of Duty used a lot as well. Like he would just be running around. If he wasn't riot shielding, he was using the Ump Silenced.
Literally, it was it was pretty much the meta. Like if you weren't running around with an Ump Silence, then like what were you? Then you were running around with my other gun, which would probably be an honorable mention. But you ran around with the Ump if that was the gun you chose.
Yeah, it was pretty powerful in its day. I'll definitely agree with you on that. All right, so the Ump Silence from Modern Warfare, and I have to round us out with my fourth pick. I kind of wanted to go with a basic pick because it's one of those that when you think of the game, you think of the weapon. But I'm going to go with a different one. So I'm going to go with the nuke from StarCraft. That's going to be my final one.
That was on my list too.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
So I was originally going to say the hidden blades from Assassin's Creed, but then I was like, you know what? That's too basic. And like, I mean, you think of Assassin's Creed, you think of the blades, but the nuke from StarCraft, like there's nothing more demoralizing than when you're just like trying to basically 4x out and just as your materials, and all of a sudden you just hear nuclear launch detected, and you're just like, where the hell is the ghost? I can't find the ghost. Where's the ghost? And then everything just gets exploded
right on your main area.
Yeah, right on your nexus.
You have is dead. You're like, oh no.
Oh no.
There's nothing more demoralizing than getting hit with or hitting someone with a nuke. So I'm gonna go with. I mean, because everyone remembers the sound. If you've ever played StarCraft, you know the Terran bot voice. It's like nuclear launch detected, or however she sounds.
Yeah,
and it literally was that. You're like, oh no,
man! And you see the red dot, and you're just like, I hate this.
All right, this was fun.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna head out now. Next lobby. Got it.
So that's my last pick. I'm going to go with the nuke from StarCraft. So just to round out our list and remind everyone what we picked. For my list, I went with the lightning bolt from Mario Kart, the super bouncy ball from Stick of Truth, the sniper rifle from Unreal Tournament, and the nuke from StarCraft. Connor's list is the ray gun from Call of Duty Zombies, the home run bat from Super Smash Bros., the energy sword from Halo, and to round out his list is the Ump Silence from Modern Warfare. And Jesse's list, we got the metal blades from Metal Man 2, not the actual metal blades, just the side of his tank strapped in. And Save the Queen from Final Fantasy Tactics, the lightsaber from the entire Star Wars franchise, and the laptop gun from Perfect Dark. Do you guys have any honorable mentions that you want to just kind of mention briefly?
I do have two because the games were brought up and I didn't want to repeat games. Okay. If it's Halo, my iconic weapon from Halo is the pistol from Halo 1 because I just like that pistol from Halo 1 was so busted.
God
like,
tier.
So you don't need any other weapon.
That
it was
was
either
all
the
you needed.
pistol or the what's this? Oh my, I can't think of the name.
My favorite weapon from Halo is definitely the Needler, because
Needler,
we
there
would
it
just
is.
yell, I'm needling you, man.
You would
Get
like
needled.
what? You would look to the left, and there was just like an array of needles coming at you, and you're like, "Oh no, I messed up."
I made a mistake.
Yeah, it wasn't even a good weapon, but it was just hilarious to use because if you killed somebody with it, it just felt really good.
We were
It
memeing
really did.
before memeing was a thing.
It
Yeah.
literally
We
was.
get memed now. And then the second one I had was from Earthbound, actually. PSI Rockin'.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
it's
for sure.
called. Because it was like the first game where like you can name everything in Earthbound. You name all the characters. They're like, "What's your favorite food?" And then they ask what your favorite thing is, and that becomes your main like magic attack. It could be PSI something inappropriate, PSI,
PSI pooping.
exactly,
Yeah.
PSI hat, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it was just the idea that you were able to name your main ability.
That's awesome. I had 2 honorable mentions as well. Mine was obviously the golden gun from 007 GoldenEye,
Yep.
because that's just iconic. Who doesn't love the golden gun? And then the Gnasher, I might be saying that wrong, Ganache from Gears of War. I always talk about Gears of War, but it's the shotgun. Just the ability to, and it's not even just the shotgun.
With the chainsaw on it.
That one, the shotgun didn't have the chainsaw, but just the ability when you were up close and you shot somebody, they exploded. I thought that was cool. It's like, that's awesome. Yes, I'm about that life. Those would be
All
mine
right.
too.
Cool. All right. So we did have a one of our viewers that messaged us in our email with their favorite weapon. So I'm going to share that with you now. So this
Ooh.
comes from our boy, friend of the show. His name's Alex. And he says that his favorite weapon 100% has to be the sticky grenades from Halo.
Ooh,
Because
good
there's
choice,
nothing
Alex.
more satisfying than doing a Hail Mary pass and hearing it stick to the enemy player.
Honestly,
And bonus if you landed on their face.
literally, that was on my list too, so I agree with Alex. Sticking somebody into Halo was like, you just felt like a god.
Yeah, but right on the face.
Oh, it was so good.
They hear it. They're like, you just can't. Oh man,
there's nothing you can do. You're like, well, I'm screwed. That's awesome.
Yep. So the sticky grenades from Halo. So thank you so much, Alex, for letting us know what your favorite video game weapon is.
Yeah.
Jess, do you want to let us know what next week's question is going to be?
So next week we're going to talk about video games that flew under the radar that we love. So video games that maybe didn't get as much love, didn't get as much hype, and we love them. So that'll be our question for next week.
I like it. I like it.
So if you have any suggestions, make sure to email it. I'm going to repeat one more time. I might need this later. agp@gmail.com.
Beautiful.
So that pretty much does it for our show. Like, that's all we have for today. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. What do you guys got planned for the week? What are you playing this week?
I just want to say one thing. That was a great show, guys. Great performance by all parties. Good job.
Agreed. The game, and to answer your question, Joe, honestly, the game that I've been junked out on that I can't stop playing, kind of nerdy, but the Call of Duty Mobile. Like, I am slaying fools on mobile, man, and it feels so good.
Connor loves beating up on kids playing on their mom's phone.
He really does.
Oh, it feels so good. Just gotta lay that superior dominance down.
Like, what are you playing on an iPhone 7? And the kid's like, I got an iPhone 5.
And I'm like, oh, get good. GG. Not good game. Get good.
I already know what Jesse and I will be playing this week.
We're going to be playing some more Pokemon Crystal Cinco Bingo Randomizer.
Yep.
I'll probably play this War of Mine too. I haven't played.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, great game.
Yeah, so I haven't played since any of the new updates, so I plan to play some of that this week.
Oh yeah, the all the like the kid DLCs from that game are good but annoying because you have like these useless kids that can't do anything. Like they can't go scavenging, they can't do anything like that. So you have to like teach them how to do stuff. Like it's super fun but super tedious.
I look forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate everybody listening and keep gaming, everybody.
Appreciate it, guys. Catch you next week. Have a great night.